Grace was born into deep poverty. Her parents were humble cleaners who worked tirelessly every day just to put food on the table. They lived in an old, run-down house at the end of a dusty village road. The house looked like it had been abandoned, with its broken roof and leaking ceilings. When it rained, water poured inside through holes in the roof, and the cold wind blew in through the cracked windows. Inside the house, the furniture was old and falling apart. The chairs wobbled, and the bed made a loud creaking sound with every movement. Sometimes, the chairs broke when someone sat on them. Her mother always warned, "Grace, be careful when sitting." And Grace would reply, "But Mama, all the chairs are broken and shaking." During the rainy season, the house became extremely cold. They had no money to repair anything. Grace would lie on the bed shivering, covering herself with all the clothes she could find. "Mama, I'm cold," she would whisper. "Try to sleep next to me," her mother would say, pulling her closer. But it was never the same as sleeping in a warm, comfortable home. Her parents felt ashamed and helpless. They knew they had failed to provide the basic things their daughter needed. "Don't worry about me," Grace would say, trying to comfort them. "It's not your fault. It's just our condition." But deep inside, Grace hated the life they lived. She wanted luxury. She wanted more. One evening, her mother whispered to her father, "What is the way forward, my husband? Grace is tired of eating watery soup and omelette." "God will provide," her father replied softly. Unseen, Grace stood by the door and heard their conversation. She wiped her tears and made a vow in her heart. "I will escape this poverty. I will change our lives." The very next morning, Grace took a basket of vegetables and went to the local market to sell. It wasn't easy. The sun was hot, and the roads were dusty. People bargained with her, some even insulted her. But she remained calm and focused. She smiled through the stress. "You're doing well, Grace," her parents said when she returned in the evening. "But remember," her father added gently, "wealth is not everything." "I will never forget, Papa," Grace replied with a nod. As years passed, Grace's business grew. She became known in nearby towns and even cities. She took a loan and invested in her own farm, and with time, she became the proud owner of one of the largest vegetable farms in the region. "Mama, one day, I want to own the biggest vegetable farm in the entire village. I want to employ so many people and free us from poverty," Grace said with confidence. "Wow, that's wonderful, my daughter," her mother replied, holding her hand. "God will do it for you. But don't forget to put God first, and always treat your workers with kindness." "Yes, Mama," Grace replied, smiling. True to her dream, Grace worked hard. Her farm expanded rapidly. She renovated her father's house and turned it into a beautiful, modern home. The leaking roof was replaced, the furniture was brand new, and the windows were sealed tight. For the first time, they had light, warmth, and comfort. Her parents wept when they saw the transformation. "This is too much, Grace," her mother said, her voice shaking. "We are proud of you," her father added. "I'm just happy I could give back." "You both sacrificed so much for me," Grace replied. But as Grace's wealth grew, so did her pride. She changed her wardrobe completely. Her dresses were now expensive and elegant. She walked with confidence and attracted attention wherever she went. People whispered behind her back, "Is that the same Grace? The one who used to beg for food? Money is good, oh. See how beautiful she has become." Grace now had a smartphone and lived in luxury. She stayed up late at night counting bundles of money. Her room was filled with cash. She loved to smell it, touch it, and pile it up in front of her like a throne. One night, as she counted her money, her father walked in. "My daughter," he said softly, "I don't understand you anymore. You no longer spend time with your mother. You're always outside or counting money. Don't let money destroy you. Oh, Papa. Grace scoffed. Go and sleep. You worry too much. Her parents were shocked by how rude she had become, but they said nothing more. At her farm, workers labored under the hot sun and in heavy rain. Grace paid them very little, and when they asked for better treatment, she shouted at them. You're lucky to even have a job, she would say. If you don't like it, you can leave. Some of her workers fainted. Others became sick. But Grace did not care. She was only interested in her profits. One worker said to another, my sister works at another farm. They treat them like humans there. Why is Madame Grace so wicked? I don't know, the other replied. She has forgotten where she came from. Even her parents started hearing the rumors. One day, her father and mother called her. My daughter, people are saying terrible things about you. That you're cruel to your workers. We didn't believe it, until some of them came here to complain, her mother added. Grace rolled her eyes. Oh. So now you two have joined the gossipers. Anyway, it's not your fault. You just sit here all day and listen to nonsense. She stormed out of the house, slamming the door. But the evil she sowed began to grow. Some of her angry workers, fed up with her insults and wickedness, started stealing from her. At night, they would sneak into the farm, harvest crops, and sell them in the local market. Grace didn't notice. She was too busy counting her money and planning her next expansion. One day, a brave worker approached her again. Madam, please, we need better pay. We are tired. Grace shouted at her in front of everyone. Get out of here. Ungrateful fool. Do you think I run a charity? That night, a group of angry workers met in secret. She doesn't care about us, one said. She used to be one of us. Now she sees us as animals, another added. Let's teach her a lesson. And so, late in the night, they formed a circle on her farm and lit it on fire. By morning, Grace's entire farm was reduced to ashes. Smoke filled the air, and the smell of burnt crops hung heavy over the village. No, oh. Grace screamed. This can't be happening. She ran into the middle of the ashes and fell to the ground, weeping. God, why? Why me? She reported the case to the local police, but the investigation yielded nothing. No one was caught. Everyone stayed silent. Grace returned to the ruins every day, staring at the ground where her dreams once stood. It was there, among the ashes, that she remembered her parents' words. Treat your workers with kindness. Don't let money change you. She returned home and knelt before her parents. Mama. Papa. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I became greedy. I treated people like they were nothing. I need your forgiveness. Her parents embraced her, tears in their eyes. We forgive you, our daughter, her mother said. It's never too late to change, her father added. Word spread across the village. Grace, the once proud businesswoman, had fallen. People gossiped. Do you see what pride does? She forgot where she came from. But Grace didn't hide in shame. She faced her mistake and made a promise to rebuild not just her farm, but also her character. She told her parents, I will start afresh. The good thing is, I have some money saved. I'll build again. But this time, I'll build with kindness. Her parents smiled. We are proud of you, my love. Grow your business again, but this time with wisdom. Be kind to people. We will always pray for you. And so, Grace started again. This time, she paid her workers well. She gave them breaks, built shelters for them, and treated them with respect. Her workers sang songs of joy as they worked, and her farm flourished once more. Wealth without wisdom is worthless. Never forget your roots. Humility is key to lasting success. Greed and pride destroy even the greatest of empires. True leadership is about kindness, not control. A second chance is always possible if you're willing to change.